Okay. So, that all having been said, how can I summarize and um, give it a conclusion? It's with all its questions. I've got some statements, but really I just have questions. So, about the hostage deal and the future. So, first is whether this war is grinding to a halt or this temporary ceasefire is merely a pause in the action. What is it? Don't know. Next question. Will Hamas deliver all the hostages without further manipulations? Will Hamas be willing to release all of the remaining hostages in phase 2 or 3? And can such phases be successfully negotiated? Other questions. Did Netanyahu agree to the deal in exchange for guarantees on the flow of American weapons to Israel and or American guarantees on attacking Iran? More questions. Will Israel continue the war against Hezbollah in Lebanon with a temporary ceasefire there too coming to an end? Another one. Will Israel and the United States team up to tackle the Houthis who interrupt international shipping, the Suez Canal, and so on? More questions. I don't know the answers. Will Hamas be the governing force in Gaza following the implementation of this deal? And if Hamas is not in charge, and they will not be in charge unless we totally lose this war, then who will be in charge of it? Will Israel set up a provisional military government to rule the Strip? I'm almost completely done. To ensure the humanitarian aid is not hijacked by the terrorists, and so on. Will Israel permanently take land in part or all the Gaza Strip or in southern Lebanon and southern Syria to permanently shame the terror groups that attacked it and deter future attacks? Questions, questions. And will Gazan citizens finally be afforded the basic human rights of leaving the Strip, if they so wish, to restart their lives elsewhere after their homes and entire neighborhoods have been destroyed? The answers to the above questions will determine whether or not this bad hostage deal was a deal worth making. And one final thing, I forgot one page, but I've got a list of 80 of the prisoners, of the 1,900, 2,000 prisoners that Israel is agreeing to release. And of these 80, the first dozen of them serving 35 life sentences, 25 life sentences, 20, 19, 17. There's only one that was less than a life sentence, and that was a guy who murdered somebody an innocent shopper in a shopping center, stabbed him to death, but he was a minor, so he only got 35 years. So these are the people that we're going to release to get a few dozen hostages back, and then these people, they're murderers, convicted murderers of dozens of people each. It's a terrible deal. So do I have an answer? I don't know if it's an answer, but I'll conclude with this, that, well, I basically said it. We've got to go all the way to the top of Lebanon. We have to go all the way through. We have to eliminate all of these evil people and their evil designs. That's it. Hope it goes well. Oh, and by the way, one last thing. Just hours ago, Trump met with Netanyahu, and Trump has presented an idea which many of us think is amazing. It could take care of so many of these problems. Of America will take over Gaza, rebuild it, turn it into the next Monte Carlo, whatever. Which it's perfectly positioned for that. And the Gazans who are there, they've got no place to go home. Most of their homes, it's dust. So he's going to push Jordan, Egypt and other Arab countries to take these Palestinians in. To date, they've refused. Jordan said, no, we don't want any of these Palestinians. 2 million of them, 2 million, too bad. We don't want them. Bordering them. Egypt, no, we don't want any of those Palestinian people. They're just trouble. We don't want them. They can't come here. Just save their lives, for crying out loud. So anyway, Trump's proposal is pretty interesting. It could diffuse a lot of stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. Very dynamic. Take care. Bye-bye.